I have a motion and a second for approval of the minutes. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. I just have a few things I'd like to ask. Please put cell phones and pagers on stun or whatever setting doesn't make noise. Part of our strategic planning is that we recite the chair, if it will stay. The chair is our vision and mission statement. Our vision is a unified, comprehensive, and effective EMS trauma system for a healthy, safe Texas. And our mission is to promote, develop, and maintain a comprehensive EMS trauma system that will meet the needs of all patients and that will raise the standards for community health care by implementing innovative techniques and systems for the delivery of emergency care for the entire population. I'd like to thank TTAF as a broadcasting again, so make sure we all turn our best side to the camera. And they have asked to please speak clearly and succinctly into the microphone. Probably if it sounds like it's booming in your ears, that's probably about the right ones. And if they're waving frantically at you over here from the control booth, that means we can't hear you. And also probably the members of the council and the audience can't hear you either, so please be sure to speak up. The only other comment or thought that I had was there's a very good article in here with Assistant Commissioner Perkins going over the, we won't say how long, timeline of the development of where we got today. And I consider everyone in this room to be leaders in this effort. And when I think about how long we've been in it, many people, including myself, were already in it 10 years when this article starts. So it's been a very long time. But the important thing that I'd like for everyone here to consider is we need to be identifying future leaders. I think most of us that have been in this process or in this room all remember rotary dial telephones, most of us. And at some point, we're all going to start playing a lot of golf or ranching or doing whatever we do. And we need to identify people now that will take our place. Succession planning is very important. So I'd like to encourage everyone, whether you're on a committee or you come to the meetings or you're a council member, try to find somebody who's never seen a rotary dial telephone, but is maybe a great intern or a paramedic or someone interested in the stuff that we do, and drag them along to a meeting and let them start getting interested. Build that interest now so that as we move on to greener pastures, we've got somebody who's not fresh but understands the legacy that's been built over the years. And that's something that in my own career I'm trying to identify those future leaders and bring them in now so they can learn, and it makes it that much easier to transition. So that's my thoughts for the day. It's a great article, and I encourage everyone to get a copy and read it. First report is from Assistant Commissioner Perkins.
Well, thank you. It was fun doing the article, and it brought back a lot of memories. And you can see my hair color's changed a little bit over the years. But I think I just want to say that the thought that I ended with, that everybody came to help, and so many people are still here. There have been many new people that have come in over the years, but so many of the people that started are still here. It's pretty darn cool. So, few issues. I wanted to touch on the drug shortage issue. We have been. We did complete that statement that I told you about the last time, and we'll analyze on a case-by-case basis if people have decided to use expired drugs with the approval of their medical director. We just want to have that documentation, and we will not see that necessarily as an enforcement issue. So also we briefed the commissioner, and he's asked us to do a white paper, which is just about done. He is talking in his role as the chair of ASTHO, president of ASTHO, which is the, help me, Association of State and Territorial Health Officials. he is bringing this issue up as across the nation, and he has also been spending some time in Washington with in different venues, including with HHS, and has also been bringing that issue up with them. So we're trying to bring notice to that problem. In the meantime, there's been some really creative ways of addressing it in some parts of the state, including compounding, sharing of drugs, et cetera, that are not the narcotics. So there's some good things happening, and we're just trying to keep aware of the issues. On the Medicare fraud issue, as far as I know, the federal government has not put a moratorium on any counties in the state of Texas. They were appearing last fall that they were going to do it and do it quickly, but it has not happened. In the meantime, my staff have been continuing to work on looking at our regulatory processes, as well as establishing relationships with the city of Houston to address some of the issues surrounding in the Harris County area. We also I went to the medical board, have been working with establishing the relationship with the medical board, and we had a meeting probably 6 weeks ago or so at the medical board with a number of medical directors from around the state, including some in this room, to talk about potential rule tweaks to address some of the issues we're seeing. And we did come away, at least I did come away, with the sense that the pill mill issue and this issue do have some there's some similarities between the two, and the medical board's been dealing with the pill mill issue quite a bit. So there are draft rules out there, and I understand they were discussed at some of the committees in the past couple of days, and that people are making comments on them. It was so funny, the executive director, Mary, when we were talking about rule changes, she goes, you know, it's going to take some months for that to happen. Well, that's lightning speed compared to how much the time it takes us to change rules. So they're moving at lightning speed, and we're very excited. We're also establishing an MOU with them, our compliance arm, in order to be able to share information appropriately between the two agencies. So lots of good work going on there. We are in the middle of working on our legislative appropriation request. We had started it the last time I talked to you. It's due in August to the Legislative Budget Board. For my division, for the EMS side, there will not be any request for increases in funds. It's just the likelihood of regulatory getting additional monies is probably not very good at this point in time. So basically where we are is what I'm telling my staff is a new normal, and we're just going to have to adjust to that new normal level for some time. Kind of in concert with that, you remember we did take a $16 million biennial cut to all of the regulatory strategies for fiscal years 12 and 13. We also had got a rider that directed that that HHSC and DSHS evaluate all regulatory functions within my division to look for efficiencies, to look for potential revenue enhancement, fee raising, and to look for where we could reduce the numbers of routine inspections and complaint investigations that would have the least impact to public health. The catch in all this is that we were already had risk matrices for most of our programs. We were not doing all of our complaint investigations. We were not doing a number of routine inspections, but that's going to have to decrease even further. The HHSC decided to hire an outside contractor, and contractor is now on board, and I met with them yesterday for the first time. Gave them 6 large notebooks. I said, I had 3 boxes. I said, there's my division in a box, and then 3 boxes. There were 2 notebooks for the healthcare profession strategy, which is the one EMS is in, because we have 23 professions. So 2 notebooks of information we gave them yesterday. We kind of described it a little bit as shock and awe at the amount of information. It's not 5 regulatory programs. It's 45 regulatory programs in food and drug. It's 23 regulatory programs in healthcare professions. And so it's going to be interesting to work with them, and I'm really hopeful that they can give me some ideas on how we can change things. I suspect that a lot of ways that could be improved are mobile and technology driven, and that's wonderful, but we have to get the money in order to be able to do that. So we'll see how that goes. There's not a date for a report in the rider, but we are kind of targeting December 1st to send out a report. They will be contacting stakeholders. We're not sure how that's going to happen. As we get more information, we'll let you know. And the only other thing that I want to mention, you're going to hear an update from Dr. Valadez on the on the trauma registry, and we wanted to have EMS start to be thinking the registry is due to go live August 1st. For many years, because of the issues, we've accepted waivers and numbers directly from EMS who had trouble submitting the data to the registry. Once the registry is up and running and working, we will revert back to expecting EMS to submit their data to the registry, not through a waiver process anymore. And, or affidavit, excuse me, not waiver, affidavit process, correct? Yeah, affidavit process. But we're going to give it some time. We're going to give, if they go, there's going live August, I'm not even going to consider, I'm going to give it at least a year. So there'll be plenty of time, but I want you guys to start thinking, you guys and gals start thinking about that. And those are the points I had. Any questions for me?
No questions. Thank you, Commissioner Perkins. Next we have Dr. Valadez with prevention.